Welcome, welcome, welcome. So tonight, the props I'd like you to have available are a few bolsters, a block, a few blankets, your mat, and I'd love for you to have maybe an eye pillow or a scarf to block out light, as well as access to a journal. So tonight, this wind down session is focused on letting go and releasing. In the present now, as this is being recorded, we just got off of a super blood moon with a lunar eclipse involved. And right now we're all in a very open place to let stuff go, shadows, darkness. So this particular practice is really going to be geared at allowing that stuff, allowing you to release it, allowing you to let it go. It's been such a part of you for so long, and now you're going to be ready to step into this new version of yourself, letting go of some of the things that maybe have been holding you back, maybe have been keeping you lower energy. And some of this, you don't even need to know exactly what it is. We don't have to pinpoint it. We don't have to call it out. We're just allowing this practice to surface things that need to be released. Okay? So let's start on our mats. You can start in a seated position. Allow yourself to feel comfortable and supported. You can also sit on a chair if that'd be more supportive to you, and you can prop your body so that you're feeling good. All right. So we are going to start this practice by allowing ourselves to connect with a certain breath, certain pranayama, as well as a specific mudra. Okay? So the mudra that we are working with is in service to detaching. You know, sometimes we have so many feelings about how we want things to be. And because of that, it can really keep us stuck, right? We're trying to control things. We want things to end up a certain way. And when we're moving with this energy, we're moving with it so that we can really feel like we are in alignment with what is needed and not what we like and what we want, if that makes sense. Because sometimes what we like and what we want is the exact thing that's keeping us from being able to step in to what would actually be so good for us. Okay? All right. So this mudra for detachment, let me just read you a little bit about it. So Maha, great, Jnana means wisdom. So this is a greatest wisdom comes after attachment, also known as Vairagya. So this can be practiced using the right hand. The benefits, it helps us detach from the past and from the future. Detachment from the action as well as the fruits. Detachment from actions, reactions, and interactions. Detachment from childhood traumas, old wounds, fears, anger, and detachment from all kinds of dualities of emotion and experiences. This mudra helps in activating and rising dormant energy from the root center to the higher centers. So this really does help us activate by allowing us to release that connection to our desires, to our wants, to how we feel about things. And as we're sitting in this energy of releasing, it's exactly what we want. Yes, we might say, I really want to let go of this. I release this. Well, when we release it, we literally have to say it and then release it. Like, this is my desire, and so be it. And then step away from whether it's happening or not. Because the more we focus on, oh, it's not happening yet, it's not happening yet, the more attached we get again. Yes? Okay. So you're going to take your index finger and your thumb in your right hand, and then you're going to curl it around, or hold it at the heart, and curl the fingers kind of around the heart. So they're on their own, curled around. Good. Then I like to just put the same sort of mudra on my left hand. Good. Now, as you're holding this mudra, allow yourself to relax into the pose. Sometimes it feels like we have to be really tense just to get it right and have it look the part. But find a way to find the ease as you're holding this posture. And then as you begin to close your eyes, focus on breathing the body. I want you to imagine that you're drawing in the breath through the nose, coming down through the back of the throat, all the way down the spine. When you reach the spine, just pause momentarily, feeling consciousness awakening at the base of the spine. And then exhale. So inhaling the energy down the back of the throat, down the spine, drawing it all the way down to the base of the spine, pausing just for a moment, feeling the building, and then exhaling. Continuing to do this. Now, if you are having a hard time with the pause, be gentle with yourself. If you are on your menstrual cycle or you're pregnant, it might not be the best time to be pausing. Just check in with how you're feeling. And coming back to the breath, inhaling the prana in through the nose, the life force energy in, down the back of the throat, down the spine, to the base of the spine. Pausing, and then exhaling. As you continue to breathe this way, I want you to start to bring awareness to that root center, to the base of the spine. Imagining that the base of the spine is waking up, allowing you to clear out stagnant, stuck energy. So as you exhale, everything comes out, being released. The energy continues to build at the root. You need to relax through your body as you breathe. Allowing yourself to release the mudra, release the breath patterns for a moment, and just focus on your intention for this time. A time for you to be, time for you to cultivate awareness of your consciousness, a time for you to cultivate rest, peace, contentment. And just setting the intention to detach from certain results, detach from certain outcomes, and detach from certain desires. Not so that you don't have any of those feelings for those things, but just that you're not attached to what actually happens in the end. Sowing the seeds and then letting them do the thing. Gently watering them here and there, but not watching the water boil, so to speak. Blinking your eyes open, roll the shoulders back. Good. Move anything out of your way that's on your mat. I'd like you to come to all fours on your mat. We're just going to open up the spine a little bit more before we start to move into our restorative postures. So coming into tabletop pose, I want you to wag your tail. Good. And then even maybe doing sort of some circles. So like you're kind of doing a cat, but really just stretching in ways that feel good, kind of circular patterns, moving to the shoulder, letting the head hang and drop, and then reverse it. Might not feel exactly right. Just play with it. It's about feeling good in your body. And then when you're ready, you can come into your typical cat cow. Inhaling into cow. Exhaling, arching, shining one vertebrae up to the ceiling after another into your cat. Inhaling into cow. Just a couple times through. Holding the exhale the entire time you're lengthening into your cat. And then evening that inhale the entire time you're inhaling back into cow. Keep going. Arching. Good. On your next inhale, just coming back to center, planting the hands and stepping into downward facing dog. We're just going to pedal it out just to open things up before we get back down to the ground, to allow ourselves to receive and release. Great. Coming back down when you're ready. We're going to set ourselves up for the first posture. And as you are in each posture, as of now, I'd like you to focus on your exhale. Elongate the exhale for an extra 1 or 2 counts. Okay. And so if you inhale for a count of 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, exhale for a count of 6 or 8. Okay. So laying all the way down, making sure you have room above you and room below you and to the sides. We're going to do a pose that's lovingly called banana. So you're going to walk your feet over to the left. We'll start this way. Walk your feet over to the left, not too much, not overdoing it. Bring the arms overhead, really relax the shoulders down and away, and then start to arch over to your left so that you're shaped like a banana. Now, some people might want to be more engaged here. They're holding everything up, but you can just reach for your hands or reach for a wrist and then gently relax back to the floor. You should feel a gentle stretching from underneath the armpit, all the way down the side body, into the hip and into the navel center. Good. Once you've got yourself set up here, start to focus on that breath pattern. Bringing your attention and awareness to the exhale. And allowing yourself to connect with the body. Stretching, opening. Feeling the releasing of letting go of the tension along the side body and the upper back as it stretches up long but rests on the ground. Beginning to deepen your breath in your belly. Gently, slowly start to release the arms. And then starting to bring them back towards your side. Start to walk the heels back to center, adjusting the back. So that you're in a nice long up and down posture on the mat. Just give yourself a moment to be centered. And then on your next inhale, start to walk the heels, bring the arms overhead, stretching out, lengthening. Again, watching those shoulders, making sure that the shoulder blades are tapped down and away, resting on that mat and away from the ears. And then settle into the arch. Once you settle in, focusing on your breathing. Inhale, slightly shorter than exhale. Beginning to deepen your breath. Slowly starting to relax the body. Gently bringing the arms back down to center. Walking the heels back to the center, the upper back moving it. Coming back to center on the mat. Deepen the breath. When you're ready, just gently rolling over to a side and pushing yourself up. We're going to move into a bridge pose, a supported bridge pose. So using a block, depending on your block and depending on how high you want your bridge, I would say a nice short bridge, either having it on the lowest height or the second height on your sacrum can be nice. The other thing that you can also do is if you have an actual block, so it's wood, it's a little less comfortable than a foam one or even a cork one. So, but what you can do is if for some reason things are feeling pulpy, you can always put a blanket over it as well. Right? Make sure it feels flat. And then when you are ready, you're going to lay your low back, your sacrum down on that block. Bring the feet down on the floor, knees up in the air. Roll the shoulders down and away, and then bring the hands to either side of the mat. Now, with the breath, this time we're going to come back to our breathing pattern and our visualization from the beginning of our session. So you're going to inhale, drawing the prana in through the nose, and then drawing it all the way down the spine. When you get to the base of the spine, you're going to pause the breath. And then exhale, I want you to think about releasing negativity, releasing shadows, releasing difficulty, releasing whatever is not serving you into, the ethers to be recycled. releasing toxins, releasing heavy emotions, just releasing whatever you need. So allowing yourself to really be here and connect to that visualization of inhaling all the way down the spine, pausing, and then exhaling all the negativity, toxins, shadows, things that just are no longer serving. You don't even need to call them out or name them. Just this idea, letting them be recycled. Continuing to breathe. Beginning to deepen your breath in your belly. And then gently, slowly lifting your hips off the block. Removing the block and possibly a blanket, getting everything out of the way, and then slowly, one vertebrae at a time, drawing everything back down to the mat. And then slowly bringing your knees in towards the chest, not clenching them in tightly, just sort of rocking from side to side, allowing the low back to get a little bit massaged. Give it a little love. And then when you're ready, rolling over to one side, pushing yourself up to a comfortable seat. And we're going to take out a blanket. And this is not required. This is definitely optional. And at least a bolster. You might want another blanket. So I'm going to sit on my folded blanket. Okay. And it's kind of the wider one. This is just to help support my sit bones and my hamstrings. So I'm going to stretch my legs out in front of me, and I'm going to pull my sit bones back, not out to the side, but back. And then you're going to take a bolster, and you might want to pull it into the belly, and then come forward, okay? And you want to be able to slump forward in a very comfortable, supported way. So right now, I don't have anything to put my head on, and I can't get any further. So you could take your block and put it where your forehead is, or you could roll up a blanket and do the same sort of thing, okay? Or sometimes people like to just get the bolster lifted, so they'll put like blocks underneath or a second bolster, and then they can rest. So find whatever method works best for you. And one other little slight detail, if you were in class today, this is what I might have you do, or I might do for you. Just take another blanket and just place it nice around the low back, just to give you